Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to the Healthy Organic Vegan on a Budget series, in which I'm giving you 30 videos to help you eat well without spending a lot of money, all leading up to my upcoming ebook on the same topic. And in this video, I want to talk about repeat ingredients. So similar to the video that I did about kitchen staples, these are foods that I like to have in my kitchen at all times because they are so versatile, meaning I can put them in so many different meals. This is really wonderful because it helps you save money because you don't have to buy a lot and things can be used over and over again. Number two, this saves you time because you don't have to go out to the store as frequently. You could chop up one thing once and have it in the fridge, or put a bunch of different meals. There's a lot of different ways this will save you time. And if you don't have a lot of space, it's nice to kind of condense the amount of ingredients that you have, so you just don't have to have as much in your kitchen. It's nice on all different ends here. So let's go through the different categories of food, starting with vegetables. My top 5 vegetables personally are tomatoes, broccoli, carrots, potatoes, and onions. And sometimes I go for a while without even eating onions, so maybe it even might just be those top 4. I love these for so many reasons. They can go in salads and soups and stews and sandwiches and all sorts of different pasta dishes, grain dishes, on and on. I've talked about so many different meals in these videos. So I pretty much always have them around. I can make snacks with them. Sometimes I just eat a tomato by itself, or I just put a potato in the oven, or I'll steam some broccoli, eat a carrot, use it as a dip. I mean, you can go on and on with those. Then I wanted to give greens their own separate category. My top 2 greens are kale and lettuce, or mixed greens. I kind of alternated around. So, of course, just like the vegetables I mentioned, these can be used in a variety of different ways, mainly salads and sandwiches. Kale can be made into kale chips, and it can be made so many different ways. You can steam it, you can roast it, you can just eat it raw. And lettuce and mixed greens, of course, are the base of your salad. They're also wonderful in your sandwiches. And there's so many different varieties of lettuce too. I like to cycle through. Then we have fruits. My top 4 fruits are bananas, dates, oranges, and apples, and they can be combined, they can be eaten alone, you can put them in smoothies, cut them up into salads, you can obviously have them for dessert. You can actually combine all of them together and they're really wonderful. Legumes are a wonderful thing to have around, and there's so many different varieties. My number 1 favorite legume is chickpeas, garbanzo beans. Sometimes I have lentils around, that's kind of my second favorite. And every once in a while I'll get black beans or navy beans, pinto beans. I kind of like to switch it up here and there, but it's really nice to pick your favorite and play around. Like chickpeas, for example, you can make your own hummus. You could put them in stews, you can put them in your salads, you could make delicious chickpea tuna, which is one of my favorite things. Now, these 2 ingredients may have fallen into another category, but they're worth mentioning separately. Garlic. Garlic is a major staple, but similar to onions, I don't always use it that frequently. I like to cut back on my garlic and onion intake, and the reasons why could be covered in a whole nother video. And the other thing that is a major staple for me is lemon. Lemon is a fruit, and I don't know if I go by a single day without using lemon. I put lemon in my juices, I use it to top my salads, I put it in various cooked recipes. It's just incredibly versatile. I even use lemon to clean around the home. Herbs are, of course, a major staple because they flavor dishes, and you can have them fresh, growing on your windowsill or your backyard in your garden, or have them dried, but having a variety of different herbs around is wonderful. My top herbs are definitely parsley, cilantro, and basil. Basil, if I had to just pick one herb, it would be basil. Oh, I love it. Then we have starches. Brown rice and quinoa are always in my kitchen, and I love using them as a base for dishes. Sometimes I'll have breads, so it's nice to have bread around even if it's in the freezer. And similarly, like a wrap, since I eat mainly gluten-free, I love brown rice wraps. And again, there's so many different things you can put into a wrap. You can make burritos and tacos and whatever else you want to put in there. You can throw your leftovers in. That is a key ingredient, and anything that you can keep in the freezer like that is really handy to have around. Veggie broth is really nice. You can make your own easily and freeze it. You could buy it in a container. You could get bouillon cubes, however you want to, whatever form you want to get in. It's really handy, and it's nice because it's not just for soups. You can actually use veggie broth as an alternative to oil, so that's why I like to have it around. If I'm gonna roast vegetables, I'll often roast them in veggie broth, or if I'm gonna pan fry something, I'll use veggie broth instead of oil. And lastly, nuts and seeds. If you're trying to watch your budget, I would cut back on your nuts and focus more on the seeds. Sunflower seeds and sesame seeds are my top two, and they're always around. I often use sesame seeds in place of something like cashew to make various sauces, to make like a creamy sauce, but I also love just sprinkling them on top of salads and various cooked dishes. Like, they're really good in soups or stews, and you can just roast them up if you want, eat them raw as a snack. Similarly with sesame seeds, I love sprinkling sesame seeds on my brown rice dishes, or I'll blend sesame seeds together to make tahini, and tahini can be used when you're making your own hummus or when you're making your own salad dressings. Again, just thinking of different ways you can use these ingredients is really the core concept behind this. So if you want to pick kind of maybe 2 ingredients from each category, like pick 2 vegetables, 2 fruits, 2 legumes, 2 seeds, 2 greens, and then maybe 2 herbs and all of that, you'll find that these ingredients can be used many different ways throughout the week or throughout the month. It'll limit the amount that you buy at the grocery store. It will limit the kind of burden of having too much in your kitchen and not knowing what to do with it, or not being able to use it up all at once. And it really simplifies the process while forcing you to get creative. And there are a number of resources in my ebook about how to find recipes based on what you have in the kitchen, and likewise how to plan your shopping trip around the recipes that you plan to make. So I will cover that more in depth in the ebook, but until then, I would love to hear from you now in the comments. What do you have and what do you use the most frequently in your kitchen? Leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and you found it inspiring, give it a thumbs up. And if you've yet to subscribe to this channel, you can do so right here so you don't miss out on any of this content. And speaking of which, if you want to get all 30 of the videos in this series, please subscribe to the mailing list, which is linked to right down below. And I'll send you an email every single day to make sure you don't miss out. All right, until tomorrow, you can check out ecovegangal.com for more information about healthy, happy living, and I would love to see you on social media. It is an amazing community of like-minded people, so be sure to click the YouTube description down below to check out your favorite platform and engage with people on there. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye! In this video, I want to give you some meal ideas that you can use to please other people in your household. This could be your family,